Chapter 23: Personal Effectiveness and Conflicts at Work. In this chapter, I will share with you another topic about the personal effectiveness and the conflicts at work, and we will introduce about the time management for individual, and then we'll go through the competency frameworks on how to improve the personal effectiveness by coaching, mentoring, and counseling. And also we will share about what is the personal development plan and what are the conflicts at work and the consequences of effectiveness at work. So let's begin by introducing what do we need or what do we require the personal effectiveness. And remember the accountancy profession. So what is accountancy profession? It means a lot, but one element is very demanding. So here is one of the key elements of accounting profession, because it requires the individuals to perform a large volume of technical work in an accurate manner and also timely manner. So the technical work in large volume, and both the individual need to perform accurately and timely. So before the key deadlines, for example, if company would like to file the financial statements to its shareholders, like listed in one of the exchanges in the world, it has to meet the reporting deadline. So the accountancy profession needs a lot of detailness or the accuracy about their work and on a timely basis. So on this hand, accountancy profession is very demanding. And in this section of the syllabus, we talk about the how to ensure you have the skills necessary to work effectively in this challenging environment. And because for the business and technology paper, it is the first paper or on the very early stage in the exam, it has to ensure the students are well aware about what is required for accountancy profession in order for them to proceed to another stage, in order to have more technical skills, but on some so-called soft skills or generic skills, the accountancy profession requires the time management well, especially in such a demanding industry. So the next topic that I would like to discuss with you is time management. As we talk about the accountancy profession, which is often very demanding, especially required to meet the tight deadline, and also to report the numbers very accurate. So time management is very important for the accountants to perform. So what is time management? Time management is the process of planning and controlling the amount of time that is spent on specific activities, usually with the aim of increasing overall efficiency and productivity. We all know everyone in the world or in this planet have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No one can change it. And so the time resources, I can say the time resources to all persons or people in the world is the same. It's very fair. We all have 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. So the winning or the edge of a successful accountant is on how they plan their time well, or to have to manage their time well in order to maximize their work or deliverables. So it's talk about the efficiency, productivity, and on about how to manage your time through the process of planning and controlling. And we have 4 key purposes on time management. First, plan the best use of time. So planning. And next, complete more in the time available. So it's about the productivity. The first one is a plan, the best use of time, and then it's talk about productivity. That means complete more in the time available. And next, or the third purpose is eliminate wastage. So it's about efficiency. How efficient that you use your time. And the fourth purpose here is devote more time to the really important issues. So it's about how, or do you know how to prioritize your task in order to do the important issues. So mastering these four key purposes will allow you to reduce excessive workloads, monitor the progress of key projects, and allow you to allocate your time to more important tasks first, as well as to plan each day efficiently so you get as much done as possible. Next, we'll talk about time management techniques. But before we move on to the time management techniques, as I said, time is a scarce resource and everyone have 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. So failure to manage the time will lead to low productivity, time wastage, as we mentioned, missing deadlines, as well as the quality of work will be poor. So you have to know, or you have to master the time management techniques in order for you to manage the time well and to avoid any failure that I just mentioned, like no productivity and time wastage. So there are 5 time management techniques which are helpful. First, spend time planning and organizing. And second, produce an activity log. Third, cost your time. And fourth, make a list. And the fifth one is prioritize. So first, the first technique is spend time planning and organizing. You have to use time to think and plan about your job, your task. And think and plan is essential for good time management. It's not only should you plan what task you wish to accomplish each day or week, and you should also spend time reviewing your schedules to check for problems or changes to your workload that require rescheduling. So in other words, it's not just to sit and think. You have to plan how you spend the time before you take action on your task or any projects. Afterwards, you still need to spend some time to review your schedules, to check the problems, as well as to see how to improve it. And remember, one thing is failing to plan is planning to fail. So you plan first is the first step for you to success in time management. And the next technique is produce an activity log. Produce an activity log include a breakdown of the time spent in a typical week, divided between different activities such as work, home, study, leisure, and travel. And you have to consider what proportion of your time is important to you. Important to you, others, and what can be delegated to others or avoid completely. So what does that mean? So first of all, you plan about your time and you break down your time spent in a typical week, produce the log. So you have a very detailed schedule. So what time I need to work, what time I need to stay at home with my family, and what time I need to study, and some leisure activity as well. And you need to think whether this log, the result or the plan in this log is important for you to you. You can think about whether some jobs can be delegated to others, or even some tasks can be avoided in your schedule. So before produce an activity log, you need to plan and think. After think and plan, then you have the log and take time to think any task can be delegated to others or even avoid them. And next technique is cost your time. Every occasion when you save an hour or put it in better use, you become more cost effective. So it's quite straightforward that your time or your hours have the value. If you save 1 hour, it means you save some money in your pockets that you can utilize this money or to invest this money into other more effective or productive activities. So you are not only optimize your time, you also contribute, or you also have more value in your time. So we have spend time planning and organizing. We have the produce an activity log and cost your time. All these three techniques or time management techniques. Right now we come to fourth techniques, which is make list. Make list means that plan the whole of the coming week in advance. Then make a list every day before you start work. Refuse to do anything that is not on the list for each day. So as I mentioned in the third element, cost your time, and also the produce an activity log in the second element, in the second technique, avoid some tasks. Sometimes it's very important, or here we say refuse to do anything that is not on the list for each day because they are not your priority. So you can do the things or the tasks that which is much more important for you. Then it comes to the next. Once you make the list, you can prioritize. Look at the list that you make and assess tasks based on their importance and urgency. So I highlight two keywords here. Tasks can be distinguished by importance and urgency here. Like in this table, you have the task with very importance to you or to others. Anyway, it's very importance. And some tasks are very urgent. Okay, you cannot delay the task. Very urgent. So you have this matrix for you to think about whether your task is under high or low importance, and as well as whether it is very urgent, say high urgency or low urgency. And for the task which are low urgency and low importance, then you can think whether this task can be delegated to others, or just simply to cancel it or to avoid to do it. So here is the first box in this matrix. And the second box in this matrix I would like to highlight is sometimes the task is high importance but not very urgent. So it means the high importance and low urgency, and this task may be delegated for right now. So if possible, you divide the task into different small parts, and some small parts can be delegated to others to do right now, but because you know it will gradually become more important and more urgent in future as the deadline approaches, for example, then you should involve in it or engage in the task, not delegate to others once you think it's much more urgent for you to do this important task. Another box in this matrix is high urgency but low importance. So it means that those tasks can be delegated or removed from your job as they have no importance to you. It may be important to others, but for you it's not important. So from your point of view, even though this task is very urgent, high urgency, you still possible it's possible for you to delegate to others because it's not important to you. And the last box here is both urgency and importance are high. It means that you need to deal with these tasks now and devote plenty of time to them. In other words, you should focus on those tasks which is urgent as well as very important to you. After clearing this task, you can focus on those tasks with high importance to you but low urgency. You need to think whether those not important tasks can be delegated to others or even removed from your list. So after sharing on time management, what is the time management as well as how to manage the time effectively, we talk about the barriers to effective time management. The barriers to effective time management here, we divide them into internal and external parts. For internal parts, the factors or the barriers here are like the self-discipline, the procrastination. It means that you delay the task, you just postpone it, sometimes without reasons, and lack of motivation. The examples here we share is nature of work, individuals' personal skills, individuals' personality. So all these internal barriers are against effective time management. And for some external barriers like workload issues, available resources, those are not controlled by yourself. They're from others. For example, like management styles. Your seniors or supervisors are authoritative, so they just push it, and all tasks are urgent. You need to finish it immediately, for example. So it's about the management style affecting effective time management, and colleagues' influence as well, staff demands, culture. All these are external factors affecting effective time management. And how to overcome the internal barriers here? Be assertive. As I said, some internal barriers from yourself, like discipline, and you have to be assertive to identify your time wasters and resolve to deal with them. Learn to say no, and sometimes you need to delegate. Identify and make use of your personal biorhythms or uptime and downtime. So sometimes when you are feeling not good, you need to take a rest, then just go ahead to take rest to have a better recovery for yourself, maybe emotional or not non-emotional issues, but sometimes you need to take some rest when you are in the downtime, and it helps you to be more productive after it. And next is about the personality, like procrastination, how to conquer it, find out what causes you to put off doing something and remedy it. For example, like a feeling of inadequacy could be due to lack of information, lack of a particular skill, or lack of training. And how about the external barriers? How do we overcome external barriers on time management? Do the right thing right. First of all is do what is right, or do what thing should be right on the right way. And doing the right thing is effectiveness. Doing things right is efficiency. Focus first on effectiveness, then concentrate on efficiency. So it's very clear, the message. Focus first on effectiveness, that is doing the right thing. and then to concentrate on efficiency. So doing things right is different. Okay, first is doing the right thing, and then is doing things right. Next, how to overcome external barriers is to eliminate the urgent task with short-term consequences often get done to the detriment of the important task, those with long-term goal-related implications. So in a lot of training, especially for the time management training course, they introduce the matrix I just shared with you, the urgency against the importance. A lot of people just focus their work or time on urgent tasks without thinking whether those tasks are important to them. So here it's very important. Eliminate the urgent task with short-term and consequences often get done to the detriment of the important tasks. That you need to focus on the important tasks, not on those urgent tasks. And break big jobs into little steps. So some big tasks or big jobs, you can do it step by step because you break it down in a small pieces or small steps that you can complete one small step, maybe say by 1 week or say even by 2 weeks. And after 10 weeks or 20 weeks, you complete a lot of the tasks within this big job. So it helps you to accomplish or to complete the task, to finish the job and achieve the goal. And sometimes you need to negotiate with the external party to improve the use of time, especially for those tasks which is not important for you but maybe urgent. You can negotiate with others even though for the urgent task because it's not important to you, and see whether delegation or any other way is more feasible for the other parties. They can accept it. If yes, it's good for you and you can focus on what are important for you to do. And here should be the last topic. Is about the role. Last topic on this class. Okay, not on chapter 23. On this task is the role of information technology. The role of the information technology right now is have a significant advancement from say last 2 decades or 3 decades, especially improving personal effectiveness. And the IT can be extremely useful when improving an individual's time management and general effectiveness in their work. And there are a lot of IT tools can be used, such as office automation, email, electronic data interchange, video conferencing, home working, time management apps, intranets. So I will just share a bit about what is included in each tools here. Like first, email, like messengers, or even you can attach documents in an email, pictures you attach in an email, sent to a large number of recipients across the world at the touch of a button. And it helps to speed up the communication within an organization because you no need to write a letter and then to send the letter. Even you make a photocopy of it, you send the letter to each party through the post office to do it. Right now, email can solve the problem on sending a message to many persons, say more than 100 persons across the world. You can just write one email and the email can send to these 100 persons, sent to their email box. So it's the first thing the email or the technology can improve the personal effectiveness. And next is time management apps. The time management apps are available that help individuals plan, track, and collaborate with others in order to manage their time visually. So you can download some of the time management apps to help you. And next is video conferencing. Before the pandemic, video conferencing is not so popular, especially for the small and medium-sized enterprises. But now video conferencing is more affordable, honestly, and more people accept it. So it is an IT solution that is in conducting meetings that help the attendees to spend less time in traveling to have the meeting. And the video conference enables the people to hold a virtual meeting over their computers from wherever they are in the world. And this significantly reduces the cost and traveling time required to attend a meeting. And then is electronic data interchange, or the EDI. EDI allows information sharing between computers. So two computers can exchange their information, and this removes the need for such data processing, also much data processing. For example, a customer may electronically place an order with their suppliers, and this order will automatically placed on the supplier's system without the need for physical goods request forms to be printed, posted, and then processed. This saves time and increases accuracy. So EDI help to improve not just on the time, but also improve the overall accuracy, because the machine can do the repetitive work much more efficient than the human beings. And next, intranet. Intranets, they are called the internal networks, where employees can access a central store of information. And this speeds up communication by the company with its employees. And the intranets are often contain company policies and procedures, as well as training on key issues such as ethics of health and safety. So intranets is another way of communication between the employer and staff. And next is office automation. It's become more popular for office automation in recent years. For office automation, this includes various computer machinery and software used to digitally create, collect, store, manipulate, and relay information for accomplishing basic tasks. And those systems I mentioned combine allow for processing of high volumes of transaction at speed, saving the business's time and money. Last but not the least, home working. Home working allow the people or the employees work from home. While this may make it harder for the organization to control their activities, it offers increased motivation for workers as well as lower overheads, because you no need to rent a spacious office for your staff to sit in, because some of them right now are work from home. So question, which of the following would tend to act as a barrier to effective time management for an employee? So option A, whether the employee's job requires little or no contact with other people. Or option B, the employee has their own office. Option C is the employee needs to regularly visit employees who are located in another town. And option D is the employee's job is routine and predictable. So remember what we discussed about the internal and external barriers to effective time management. Then you think, or you can highlight what is the correct answer for this question.